Dear Elijah and Elena, be adaptable in all things in life. The older you get, you're going to come into contact with all kinds of people and different kind of scenarios. Um, and very rarely will you be able to control or have those persons and those scenarios under your complete control. I'm married to your mother, who is a perfectionist. I can see in my son Elijah being a perfectionist as well. When when you, buddy, are in you all's playroom and you are putting together your magnetic tiles, come up with all kinds of creations, and you like for things to be perfectly laid out, perfectly set up. When your sister comes bulldozing in, as I like to say, she knocks stuff down and knocks it over, upsets the mess out of you. I mean, you get really, really upset. And sometimes Dad even makes some mistakes and makes a mistake and knocks some of your toys and blocks and stuff over. And just like I am almost a problem for mommy, because mommy is a perfectionist and does everything perfectly, and I do not. Your sister is almost a problem for you, my son. And that's the thing I want you to be able to understand as the older you get, is that sometimes you'll work with a team. That could be in school, that could be in future jobs and careers, military, whatever you decide to do. Um, and sometimes you're told to work with that person or those persons, and you have to come up with different ideas together. And sometimes even in high school or college, when you really want to do things by yourself, you're told to work with some other people. And a lot of us would get upset about that, because it seems like almost every time there's always that one person in every group. Not every time, but many times. Seems like every time, many times, that one person in every group who just does not do their full share, or not the full load. They might do some of it, but everybody else kind of picks up the slack. Or maybe everybody isn't doing what they're supposed to be doing, but one person gets sick or has an emergency that comes up or what have you. And the one thing Daddy has to always work on is being patient and looking around at the situation. Sometimes it's, you can't don't have a long time to look around or think for yourself, but try to be patient, breathe in and breathe out, and figure out what's the next best thing to do. And that's kind of the one thing I think, even as a father, is always a work in progress for me. For example, my daughter Elena woke up early this morning, screaming her head off, which she does quite often, because she wanted Daddy, and then she screamed her head off because she wanted Mommy. And Daddy always has to work on being more adaptable, because sometimes I get really impatient, really upset. Girl, you got to calm down and go to sleep because you're waking up your brother, right? And my father has always told me, you got to be more patient, son. You have to, they're children, they're small. Sometimes they just, have to get it out. And that's my daughter. She's the one who has to get it out. She can't hold it in. She doesn't relax. She gets, uptight for whatever reason. So I, even myself, am still trying to grow and being more adaptable, because having children, you may think that you're going to have things under control, but that's just not how it works. I can't tell you how many times, even I've said stuff, but mostly it's been my wife. How many times she said stuff, and I've said stuff in the past where it's been like, we're going to have this done like this. It's going to go this way. We're going to get up a certain time. We're going to get out at a certain time. We're going to get to church at a certain time. We're going to this, and this. And almost every time something has been thrown off. Almost every time. And been late to so many places just because things have gotten thrown off. And so that's constantly a reminder to me, and I'm still working at it, but I want for my children to be better at it as they get older, to be more adaptable, to adapt to the situation. And what that can mean is that if one thing is happening, that when you had set up certain steps to get to your goal, tweak it and learn how to tweak it in a matter of moments. Because sometimes you won't have a long time. Think about it.